Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we're going to be trying our hand at Civilization A New Dawn. This is a civilization building game by Fantasy Flight, in which they have taken the ever popular video game and PC game Civilization, Sid Meier's Civilization, and turned it into a board game. I actually believe this is the second or third edition of Civilization for them, so definitely have made some tweaks over the years. Now, first things first, we are playing this game as part of Shame Week because I've had this game for a while, actually, since Fantasy Flight initially announced that they were going to be releasing solo rules, print and play. You can see that my solo AI cards here are not quite up to the snuff of full production, but that's all right. And as soon as it was announced, I went out and found a copy of Civilization A New Dawn because I'd always been interested in the game. I really wanted a civilization building game in my collection. I thought this one would be a good middle ground, not too easy, not too difficult. Colin from One Stop Co-op Shop was playing through it, and it just seemed interesting to me. So I got it and I printed all the stuff out. I organized the box, and then I started reading through the rules, and the first couple pages seemed very straightforward. It's like, oh, this is super easy. Basically, you have this focus track here, and you can choose any card you want and complete the actions on that card, but the longer you let a card stay on the focus track without using it, the higher up the track it gets and the more powerful it becomes. Essentially, you can see that the type of terrain we can build on increases all the way up to mountains. So if you can build in mountains, you can build in everything below. Or five may be the number of, say, diplomatic or focus tokens or something like that you can put out. So every time you use a card, you take it and put it at the one spot and push everything up. So essentially, if I use pottery, it goes down to 1, and if I want to use it in the 5 slot again, I have to wait, essentially 4 more turns until it pushes back up there. Now, the order of these cards was determined by my leader card here. You can see the setup on the bottom. And then I have a special ability, and that's really it for my leader card. The AI essentially works the same way. They're using very specific cards which give me priorities and things like that to do, but what's interesting for the AI is so that I don't have to decide, I'm always going to choose the number 5 card slot. So they're always going to do this action so I can see what's coming, but they're always going to take their most powerful action available. So that right there just seems very straightforward. You pick the card wherever you want on the row. You decide whether you want to trigger it early and often, or whether you want to let it sit and wait and it be more powerful. Then I started getting into all the nitty-gritties of what each one of these cards did, and all of a sudden the game became very convoluted, in my opinion. Now, some people may pick right up on this stuff, but I did not, and so I let it sit, and then it ended up in the back of a shelf and was out of sight, and did not come back out until Shame Week. So with that being said, we are going to give this a try. I have been reading through the rules all day long, both the core rules and the solo AI rules. This is going to be a learning experience for all of us, so if I make rules goofs, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'm sure it's going to happen. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get started. Now, the AI always gets to be the first player, so they're going to go ahead and do pottery. So I'm going to pull this card out so I can read it better. And this one says, build 1 world wonder. This player's production is 5. Build this wonder in the friendly city with the highest defense. Well, it's interesting that this one came up first. And I guess technically it came up first because I randomly gave them Rome. But he has a production value of 5 because it's in the 5 slot, but that's it. And the cheapest world wonder over here is a 7. So he has no other resources. He's not accumulated any other resources. He can't do anything. He cannot build a world wonder. So as we work our way down the card here and skip all this other stuff, it says, if neither a wonder nor a city was built this way, okay, Okay, so maybe I skipped over this too much. Build one world wonder. This player's production is 5. Build this wonder in a friendly city with highest defense. Okay. Then build one city in a legal space that is within 2 spaces of a friendly space. Okay, so we can do that. Alright, so he's going to build a city. We're going to grab one of his cities. And the only friendly space he has on the board right now is his capital city, which started there. And he can place anywhere except for these 2 water spaces in this one. So actually all of these water spaces are 2 spaces away. So friendly space, 2 spaces away, which essentially could be here, 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 you know, all the way around this arc. So he could end up here. So let's look and see what his priority is. Adjacent to the most natural wonder and or resource tokens. Okay. So 1, 2 puts him there. 1, 2 puts him there, crossing over the river. So these are the 2 natural wonder tokens. 1, 2, he can't get there because that Barbarian's in the way. 1, 2, so he could go there, he could get close. Adjacent to the most natural wonder tokens and or resource tokens. So he could go here. Or he can't be adjacent, it's got to be 2 spaces away. So he could go here, here, here. So actually I think it's going to be here because he's next to 2 now resource tokens. Adjacent to the most. A space with a Barbarian spawn point, highest defense. Okay. Alright. So I think we took care of that. I don't know how long that's going to stay like that. Alright. So we know that they're going to be doing culture, placing control tokens next. Alright, so what do I want to do? I would like to... Hold on, where was I supposed to put... I was supposed to put that on the spawn point, I believe. Yes, starting session. Okay. Thought I'd missed something during setup. Okay. Alright, so if I send out my caravans, they can go 3 spaces through the forest, essentially. So I could go 1, 2, 3. Now, caravans, I don't believe, pick up resources. Let's just see here. Economy. To move a caravan, blah, 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 player must obey the following rules. When a player moves a caravan to a city, state, or rival city, he or she resolves the following steps according to the destination. Blah, blah, blah. So, I would like to wait until I can gain my 4th point of movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. To move right into that city state. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and do my industry card here. So this one says that I can build 1 world wonder. Your production equals the slot's number. I am like my counterpart here. Or build 1 city on a legal space of this slot's terrain or lower within 2 spaces of a friendly space. So I'm just following right along with him. Alright, so I could go right here. But if I go right here, I can mature my city a lot faster. And over here, let's see, which one of these was Money Grubber? I think. Control, no. Populous. Populous here is control 5 mature cities. So that's one of our endgame tokens we're going for there. Alright, so I have essentially done pottery. I'm going to place it there on the mountain so it's easier to defend. I'm going to shift everything down. And that's it. So now, before the first player goes, I'm going to have to put this over by him so I remember. We move this marker. So as this rotates around, this is going to be moving barbarians. It's also going to be spawning barbarians that have been kicked off the map. And this will finally give us some resources to use in the game. So I'm going to stick that right there for right now, just so I remember to activate him when it's his turn. Okay. So he is doing Early Empire. Place 2 control tokens on spaces adjacent to friendly cities. For each token that cannot be placed, place 1 trade token on this card. Okay. On spaces adjacent to friendly cities. Control token priorities. Let's grab 2. Now these have 2 different sides. The regular side, and then the side with their symbol with a circle around it is reinforced. So we're just placing 2 standard ones here. Contains a natural wonder. Okay, it's got to be adjacent, so no. Contains a resource token. Well, that's pretty easy, so that's going to go here and here. And they now gain these 2 resources, so we'll put these on the player card, and that's it. So we got to place both of them out. Let's shift everything down, and there we go. So now we know next he is going to either perform 2 attacks or reinforce his control tokens. Okay. Put you up here for now. All right. So I could go ahead and place 2 control. I could just follow along here because I'm trying to get a mature city rather quickly. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this guy out. This says place 2 control tokens on spaces matching the slot's terrain, which is forest or lower, that are adjacent to friendly cities. So I'm going to place my 2 here and here in the forest and gain, I think this is Mercury or something like that. Yeah. So push you down, boom, boom. And there we go. Okay. All right. So I have a plan, but let's get over to him now. We're going to push this around and we're going to move barbarians. So when barbarians move, we are going to roll a d6 here, way off camera, and it's a 2. So now we look to my dial here that I set up earlier in the game. I could have rotated it, it doesn't matter, but all this is telling me is that all the barbarians are going to move this way. So you're going to go here, you're going to go there. This guy's going to push into there, so we have to figure out what happens when they want to attack a city. Okay. So those are some of the rules that just did not stick in to my brain. All right. If Barbarian moves into a space that contains a player's component, that player resolves the corresponding effect. All right. Unreinforced control token or non-capital city. The component is destroyed and returned to its player. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Let me just make sure that the solo rules don't change anything with barbarians. Attacking capitals, performing attacks, leaders' abilities, nope. Barbarians. AP cannot place control tokens or build cities in spaces with barbarians. When building cities and placing control tokens, AP does not take into account barbarians in spaces adjacent. Yep, I did that. Okay, so not very smart, Romans. The barbarian pushes into here, and that goes back in the box. Now, I believe that those stay put. Yeah, and so we're done there. All right, so now he is, what is he doing? He wants to perform up to 2 attacks within 2 spaces of a friendly space. This player's combat value is 5. All right, so it wants to target a barbarian. Okay, so I need to refresh myself. Performing a check. Choose the target, and he can do 2 attacks within 2 spaces. Attacker rolls a die and adds his bonus. Number of his military focus cards, bonuses on his card sheets or leader sheets. Defender rolls and adds bonuses corresponding to the defender's type. For the barbarian, it's their space, the terrain they're in. So he has a strength of 5. The attacker is going to roll first, and he got a 5. All right, so we're going after this guy first because they're pissed at him. And so he is at a 10. So I'm going to put this on his card here like so. And now we'll roll the Barbarian, who is in just the plains. So he's just got a 1. Plus 2 is 3, so he's definitely gone. Boop. All right, we put this off to the side here because we're going to respawn him eventually. All right. Player with the highest combat value wins. Hold on. The attacker removes the Barbarian from the map and places 1 trade token on any card in his or her focus row. Okay, so I need a trade token. We finally get a trade token, and we need to figure out where the AI wants to gain trade tokens. The AP can have any number of trade tokens on each of its cards. When the AP gains 1 or more trade tokens and has a choice of where to place them, it places them 1 at a time on the focus cards with the fewest trade tokens. If there is a tie, it places the token on the highest card highest in the focus row. So, technically, this one is still up here at the top. So I'm going to place it there. Alright, so we performed 1 attack. We can perform a second attack within 2 spaces of a friendly space. What was the target priority here? Tiebreaker is the lowest defense. So it could either be this guy or this guy. So this guy is their next attack. Alright, so they still have 5 plus 5 again is 10. And they are sporting a 2 plus 1 is 3. And so they've taken this guy out. Alright. So they'll be putting a trade token there. Then reinforce 5 of this player's control tokens minus 3 for each attack this player performed. Okay, so I performed 2 attacks, so that's minus 6. So I don't, if no attacks were made, no tokens are restored. Okay. So, and this will stay on this. There we go. All right. So I had a plan. I shall not forget it. And that was to mature a city. So I'm going to go ahead and do early empire again. Place 2 control tokens on spaces matching this slot's terrain or lower. So where are my control tokens? Boom, boom. I will place you here, and I can actually not place the other one, which is okay. All right. So just to make sure I figured this out correctly, mature cities. Yep. Okay, so I now have a mature city. Good, because we're about to spin that dial. Mature cities contribute to their civilization in the form of trade tokens. When the pointer rotates to this icon, each player places trade tokens from the supply on the cards in his or her focus row, distributed as desired. The number of trade tokens that player places is equal to the number of mature cities he or she controls. Now, is my capital city considered a mature city? No, I don't think it is. Okay, so we just get one, he gets none. So we're going to spin this dial here, like so. Tick. He gets none, but he's already gotten some. Alright, and I get 1. Where do I want to put you? I want to put you right... No, I don't need to put you here anymore, because you can start from there. So let's put you here. Yeah, so we put you on astrology. Okay. All right. I've got some Mercury. That could help me build the pyramids, but that's not getting me any closer to either of those two. Okay. All right. So it's his turn anyways. So he's got one caravan here and one production. So his card says, move this player's caravan 3 spaces towards its destination following the shortest path. Destination priority, city state for which this player does not have a diplomacy card. Alright, so it doesn't have a diplomacy card for Brussels or Geneva. Rival city, other city state. Tiebreaker, shortest distance. So we're just moving 3 spaces from here. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we would go 1, 2, 3 and be right there. Okay. +1 space. Now, he has a trade token. Let's see how he prioritizes using it. Spending trade tokens. The AP uses these rules when deciding whether or not to spend trade tokens. On the economy card, the AP only spends trade tokens from this card. If doing so allows it at least one of its caravans to reach its destination when the caravan would not reach its destination without the token. Alright, so it's going to hold on to the token. And there we go. Alright, back to me. So we're going to be doing some more barbarian movement, but they actually have all been kind of cleared out near me. So I am going to go ahead and do foreign trade. Yeah. Move each of your caravans up to 3 spaces. They can move into spaces matching this slot's terrain or lower. Alright, so I can go boom, boom, and be right here in Geneva. So I didn't even need the extra steps. So let's see what happens when I make it into a city-state. When a player moves a caravan to a city-state or rival city, he or she resolves the following steps according to the destination. The player returns the caravan to his economy card. Okay? Done. The player gains 2 trade tokens from the supply. Very nice. Alright. If it's a city-state, the trade tokens are placed on the card in his or her focus row that shares the city-state's type. Okay, so this was a science, and so astrology is going to get boom, boom, beefed up here. Okay, the player may now take 1 diplomacy card. Okay, and so these are sitting over here. We went to Geneva, so I now have this under my control. At the start of your turn, you may return 1 diplomacy card you have taken from another player. If you do, choose and take a different diplomacy card from that player. Okay, so I'm going to stick these over here. Technically, he's got this stack over here that if I make it into one of his cities, I guess I don't remember those rules, whether it's random or something like that. But Geneva basically allows me to pick. All right. Okay, so this one comes down. All these are pushing up, up, up. This one goes in here. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Now I want to figure out how I can get to that wonder. Either one of those wonders. Okay, because then I could do this one early and not have to mature any cities. Okay. So we're pushing here. We've got barbarian movement in 5, which is this way. So they're all actually just moving back onto their spots. Okay. What are we doing here? All leads. Advance this player's tech dial 5 spaces. Randomly select one of its focus cards with the lowest tech level and replace select card. Okay. Alright, so this is going from 0 to 5, so it's going to pass tick, 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 tick. 1 level 2 spot. So let's move this down. And alright, so all of these are available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just going to roll a d6 here, and if it's a 6, we'll re-roll. And it's a 3. So 1, 2, 3, we are going to upgrade Masonry to level 2, which is the military one. So this now becomes Ironworkers. There we go. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, am I going to do the same thing? I think I am. Alright, so I am going to also do my astrology. And let's see here. I can advance my tech dial 4 spaces, but if I spend 2 tokens here, I can advance it 6. That's going to allow me to push up to the 2nd spot there. So boom, I can advance 2 cards now. So I'm going to pause for a minute and look through the cards and make my decision. Okay, so we went with our industry space, which I knew I wanted. This is allowing me to build my cities either next to a caravan or 3 spaces away. And I have my ironworking one, which is increasing my attack might, which kind of goes along with my special powers over here. So, and both of them just happen to be near the end of the row here. All right, so we are pushing back around, and now we are going to respawn Barbarian tokens. Now I need to check and see what happens if that caravan is on that token. Barbarians regularly respawn throughout the game. When the pointer rotates this icon, each defeated Barbarian token is placed back on the map. Each Barbarian token displays a letter. A Barbarian respawns only if its matching space is empty or occupied by a caravan. The caravan is destroyed. Otherwise, the Barbarian remains off the map. Look at that. Well, look at that. There you go, sir. Here is your caravan back, because this guy is coming home. All right, you go there and you go here. Okay. All right, so we did this. Now we're doing pottery. All right, so we've made it all the way around, huh? Build 1 world wonder. This player's production is 5. Okay, so he could build a world wonder now. Okay, the wonder that moves this player closest to achieving an agenda, which is either money grubber or paranoid, so either the red or the yellow. Both of those also have the lowest cost. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3 for red, 4, 5, 6 for yellow. And it is 4, so he is building Colossus. Alright, so we'll put you right there. Move you down here. Let's find the Colossus token here. It's one of these. He only has 1 city you can do it in, so there you go. Boom. He has built Colossus. Alright. So, then build 1 city in illegal spaces within 2 spaces of a friendly space adjacent to the most natural wonders or resource tokens. So, within 2 spaces, so that would be here or here. A space with a barbarian spawn point. No, that is covered back up again. Highest defense would be here. There we go. Okay, my turn. can you build... Excuse me. Can you build on a world wonder spot? I cannot build adjacent to a city, state, or city. The player cannot build on a space that contains any component other than a caravan or a friendly control token. So maybe that I can't build there. The player cannot count through a rival space or a barbarian token. Okay. So... building a wonder... placing control tokens. Okay, so it sounds like I cannot build directly on here. But I can get pretty darn close twice now. One, two, three. All right. Okay, so I'm going to do animal husbandry here. And I will build a city one right here. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. Yeah, what's he about to do? He's about to do control tokens, though. Very interesting. If I go here, I can mature it a lot faster, though, and I'm in that spot. So, yeah, let's do there. Okay. All right, that's basically it. That's basically all I can do. Okay. All right, so over here we push into the one blank space. There we go. Now he is placing 2 control tokens on spaces adjacent to friendly cities. For each token that cannot be placed, place 1 trade token on this card. All right. So... all right. Contains a natural wonder. It's got to be adjacent, so he can't reach this one. Okay, contains a resource token. So there's one for you. Oh, I was supposed to spend 2 resources to build his wonder. Forgot about that. Alright, contains a resource token. We're done. We've done all that. Contains a barbarian spawn point. Can't do that. Adjacent to the most cities. So that's either one of these. Adjacent to the city closest to maturity. Highest train. These are the same. So sure, we're just going to stick it right there. I'm not going to bother rolling a die for that. All right. Boop, 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 boop. All right, back over to me. So I need that to go one more. So I need to get my military out of the way. I can reinforce a number of control tokens up to this slot's number or perform up to 2 attacks within 3 spaces of a friendly space. Your combat value is equal to this slot's number plus 1 or plus 3 if attacking a barbarian. So within 3 spaces of a friendly space, so I can attack here. We'll start here. I can perform up to 2 attacks. So that Barbarian is in the mountains, so they get a 5. Plus 2 is 7. I am at a 5. Plus 3 is 8, so I've already defeated him. Plus 5 here, so I get this guy. He's off the board. Now, if he were to have reinforced, he would have... we're going to put you there. Okay. Then let's see. What do I gain if I attack his city? Performing attacks. The bonus is the same as for a control token, but the space's terrain difficulty is doubled. Okay. Bonus equals the difficulty of the defending space's terrain. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. So I could reach out and get that one. That one's also on a mountain, though. The attacker replaces the token with one of his or her unused control tokens on its unreinforced side. Yeah, okay. Alright, so if I went after this one here, yeah, why not? 1, 2, 3. We'll go after this one because it's kind of by itself anyways. And so it's got a 5, I've got a 5, but I get a bonus of 1, so 6. So I've got a 1 point advantage on him. He's got an 8, and I have got an 8 as well, so it's a wash. Defender wins the wash, so nothing happens. Okay. All right. Where's my dial? So now we're moving some barbarians. Okay. So 3 is going this way. Okay, so this guy cannot go off the map. He goes the opposite direction. This guy can. This guy will knock this out. This guy, I think, just sits on top of this one. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so we are doing perform up to 2 attacks within 3 spaces of a friendly space. This player's combat value is 6 or 8 if attacking a barbarian. Its target priority is a barbarian. So within 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So it could get any number of these guys here. 1, 2, 3. It could even get that guy. Tiebreaker, lowest defense. All right. So this guy is a 5. It would be this guy, then this guy. 2 attacks. So these 2 guys. All right. So we'll start with this guy. He is on a 1. Plus 2. All right. So he's definitely gone. Boom. And you will go on here still. All right, and then this one is a 4, plus 1 is 5, so he's already lost again. All right, boom, boom, boom. And so, oh wait, no, it's supposed to go on ones that don't have them. So boom and boom, that's where you would go. Boom. All right, then reinforce 5 of this player's control tokens, -2 for each attack this player performed. You did perform 2. All right. So no reinforcements for you. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Back over to me. And we are going to place control tokens. So I can place 2 control tokens with this. I can place 3. So I'm going to go ahead and spend that and get 3 control tokens out. 1, 2, 3. And I can place them basically anywhere. So of course I will place one here, claiming this token. And then we'll go ahead and place one there. So that city's mature now. And I guess here, making, because that's the next highest terrain. So that was very productive. I've matured one more city right before we get resources here. And I got this guy here. So now I can start thinking about building a world wonder. Oh, this should be flipped over. Yeah. I can build Machu Picchu, which seems fitting for the Aztecs. All right. But for now, we're going to go back over here and do exactly what we discussed of gaining resources. So he has no matured cities. I have 2 matured cities, my capital city and then my first baby. And I get to put them anywhere, you say, huh? Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, I'm gonna put both of you right there on animal husbandry. Okay. All right. So moving over to you, you are gonna put this caravan out somewhere. Okay, move this player's caravan 3 spaces towards its destination following the shortest path. City state for which this player does not have a diplomacy card. Okay, so we've already been over this. Rival city or other city state. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, tiebreaker shortest distance. Or rivalry city. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he can make it directly into my city. 1, 2, 3. What does he get there? Let's see. I think he just gains what everybody else would gain. So we come back over here. And we see that a caravan going into a rival city, the trade tokens are placed on cards in his or her focus row, distributed as desired. Returns the caravan, gains 2 trade tokens. Player chooses one of the rival player's available diplomacy cards and places it next to his thing. So I don't think it matters for him. So here, I can't use these. So here, you get one of my cards. You get 2 tokens to be placed as you wish. So that would actually be here and here because this would still be in the 5 slot. And you're going to get your caravan back. All right. So, what do I want to do here? I would like to get astrology up. So maybe, yeah, let's do astrology again because I can jump perfectly into space 10. So I'm going to go ahead and advance my tech dial. I'm going to save my token there. This will push down. Boom. 4 spots. So we're going to jump right up into number 3. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to take the economy one. But let's just double check. economy number 3. Yeah, my caravan can go up to 6 spaces. Yeah, because warmongers, what does warmongers say? Defeat 1 rival capitally or control 2 conquered city-states. Need to figure out how to do that. But yeah, I think we are going to go ahead and do this. So we're going to swap out for steam powered. I now have 2 caravans. Da, 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 da. And then we'll go back. Okay. All right. That was pretty straightforward. Moving over here, we are moving some barbarians. So which direction are we moving them? We are moving them this way. So you are, and we're getting ready to spawn. Yes. All right, you will move there. And that's it. We've knocked them all, the rest of them out. Okay. So astrology advances players tactile 5 spaces. So 5 to 5 is 10. So it's exactly where it wants to be. It doesn't need to spend its thing. So let's push you down here. All right. So now we need to make a choice. It's going to pick one level 3. It will do either astrology, foreign trade, early empire, or pottery. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. We will re-roll. That's a re-roll. That's a re-roll. That's a re-roll. There's a 2. Okay, you were right there. Okay. So that was 1, 2. It's going to do economy. And it's a level 3 economy card. So it also got its steam power out. Hey, it's following me now. So you are removed. You slide in there. And you get another caravan. There you go. Okay. All right. So he's done. Okay. What do we want to do? Do I want to try and cover up? Can I cover up any spots here? May exchange 1 resource token with another supplier type. You can move into spaces matching this slot's terrain or lower, as well as water. Okay, if I build a city, it's gonna be 3 spaces away. I can't build there because that's adjacent to him. Yeah, so friendly space here, 1, 2, 3, hold on. So I could go here. It's putting me dangerously close to this guy. But I could knock him out next round. He's not going to spawn though. A, C, and D are all going to spawn. So here, here, and here. And 1, 2, 3. I could go here and build a city. Just to keep a barbarian off the board. But they're really not bothering me. And you know what? I didn't even use my special power last time, which I should have, so. Okay. It's gonna spawn and then it's going to do nothing and then it'll move. So I want to be reinforced before then. So yeah, let's go ahead and move our caravans 6 spaces. Move each of your caravans up to 6 spaces. They can move into spaces matching this slot's terrain or lower, as well as water. Alright, so we can easily now go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and make it into Brussels here. And where do we want to go? Oh yeah, we were going to go over here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can make it into the capital city. What does that get us? All right. well, nothing, really. Return the caravans, gain 2 trade tokens. Okay, yeah. So I get to pick from one of their tokens here. When attacking, increase your combat value by 2 unless you're attacking the red player. When defending, increase your combat value by 2. Open borders. The red player's control tokens contribute towards your city's maturity. That's interesting. And embassy. When you move a caravan to the red player's capital, including the one used to take this card, place 1 trade token from the supply on a card in that player's focus row. Then gain 1 resource of your choice from the supply. Place 1 trade token from the supply on a card in that player's focus row. Then gain 1 resource from the supply. Ooh. That's interesting. Yeah, because I could do that all day long now. So we'll take embassy. I'm curious about that. So I have to give him a trade token. And he would take it there. I guess I get to decide though, don't I? Yeah, let's put you there. Okay. Or here rather. I'm not afraid of that. Okay. All right. And then I get something, resource of my choice. So up next, I'm going to get a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's take, I guess, a diamond. Yeah. Or, no, an oil. I want an oil. Okay, resource of my choice. Perfect. All right, so this comes back. This comes back. I'm going to get now 4 trade tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 of them have to go on this. 2 of them I can put here. And say there. Okay, and I get my Brussels card. When you are building a wonder, reduces cost by 1 for each of your mature city. Ooh, yeah, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, this one's going to move down. And this one pushes over. Okay. Back over to here, we are spawning barbarians. So this guy's going to come back here. This guy's going to come back here. And this guy's going to come back here. So I'm a little concerned about that guy. But nobody's moving for a hot minute. So what is he doing? He's doing pottery. Build 1 world wonder. This player's production is 5. Build this wonder in a friendly city with the highest defense. Okay. The wonder that moves this player closest to achieving its agenda. So it's got a yellow one. It either needs another yellow one or a red one. And then the agenda with the lowest cost. So that would be Petra over there. Cost of 7. This gets it to 6, but this gets it to 7. All right. So it will turn this in. It will take Petra here. And what does Petra look like? All right. So he's beating me on the world wonder front there. All right. And this gets to flip over now. Okay. Then he's going to build a city on a legal space that is within 2 spaces of a friendly space, adjacent to the most natural wonder and or resource tokens. So within 2 spaces of a friendly space. So that could be here 1, 2, that's not getting it. Alright, so really it wants to be here. Ideally it would cover up this space to get rid of this guy once and for all. But here it's adjacent to a natural wonder. And here it's a higher value, so there you go. Alright. So we are going to go ahead and build our build a wonder. So I might as well use up some of these tokens here. Build 1 wonder. Your production equals the slots number. So this is 5. Plus I'm reducing it by 2 mature cities. So I'm going after this one. So it's essentially 8. I've got a 5. And yeah, I'm just gonna spend 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, no, I don't. I can spend these 2 here, or the diamonds here, for 6, and now I just need to spend 2 of these. All right, to build Machu Picchu here, which allows me to basically always be gaining the 3rd, as if I'm in the 3rd row. All right, so who do I want to have be Machu Picchu? Put you up here in the mountains, nice and safe. Okay. All right. So back over to here, we are doing nothing, and he is placing 2 control tokens on spaces adjacent to friendly cities. For each token that cannot be placed, place 1 plus 1 control token. All right. I think he's always going to use this, actually. Let me check. This is the culture card. Alright, so as long as it has legal spaces. Alright, so yes, it will place this to be able to put out 3 control tokens. It's going to prioritize this bad boy right here. 1. And then it will prioritize a resource token. Can't do that. Contains a barbarian spawn point, so it will do here. There we go. And then it will adjacent to the most cities closest to maturity. So that would be here again, adjacent to the most cities. All right, so boom, boom, boom. That was easy. Okay. All right. So we know that they're going to be moving next. So I want to, ooh, I didn't move any of my stuff here. I want to save my cities. So we are going to do this. I'm going to reinforce up to 5 control tokens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Feeling better about that now. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this moves. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. And movement. So where are they moving to? They're moving to 6, which is exactly where I thought they would move to. So let's move some of these guys here first that have no, and then this guy is going to move here and crush this point of interest. And then what happens if they move into a reinforced space? I think they just bounce back and I flip over my token. Reinforced control token. The token is flipped to its standard and the barbarian returns to the space it moves from. So I repel him. He just stays there. Okay. So I definitely want to try and knock him out. He is on a mountain space though. but I would get starting at 6. Okay. Yeah, I can't even completely place those two there. So, all right. Not sure what to do now. Okay. So, we are going into the resource phase. So I have 2 mature cities still. So I would like to place 1 there. I think 1 here. Okay. Then we are doing iron workers. Perform up to 2 attacks within 3 spaces of a friendly space. Player's combat value is 6 or 8 of attacking barbarians. So its target priority is a barbarian. Lowest defense. So it's going to go after this guy who's on a 2 right now. We're starting at an 8. So literally he can't lose. I'm not even going to bother rolling dice. So B is gone and his spawn point is gone. So he gets a token there. And then his second attack would be within 2 attacks within 3 spaces. This guy right here, who's also, you know, can't possibly win. So we would place this here, and this would actually go onto this card here I'm holding. Then reinforce 5, but he attacked twice, so he's again not reinforcing. It's interesting that he continues to make that choice, because it's kind of hurt him at the end of the day. All right. All right. You know what? At this point, I am going to go ahead and pause the video because this is getting rather long, and I'm going to pick up the rest of this playthrough in a follow-up video, an extended playthrough video. So at this point, if you've enjoyed this video up to this point, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you would like to be part of more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. I plan on just continuing this playthrough, so look for the extended playthrough video to come out very shortly after the release of this particular video, if you want to see how this all ends. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.